up? Hey y'all, so it's Maniac here. Don't mind me, I'm just playing some Super Mario World. And right after this, I'm gonna nuke a third world country.
The Battle of a Century. A question that keeps being asked. Is God real? How was the universe created? And why does Donald Trump look like a Dorito?
And do video games cause violence?
Well, if you're going off what news articles say, then the answer is clear.
Wearing socks can cause cancer? What the f***? What does it talk about Wario?
Yes, an idea that sparks so much controversy, it almost makes you want to chuckle.
So today I want to talk about the idea of do video games cause violence? Why? Well, I want to know if video games are the reason I want to blow up Malaysia.
Now I am personally on the side where I believe video games don't cause violence. If anything, I believe that video games is a good way to relieve stress. I especially don't believe video games cause violence if the person saying this is a 30-year-old woman that's saying the new Call of Duty that they bought for the child has made them violent. In my opinion, if you buy your kid a game that they're not old enough for, you do not deserve the right to complain about the game being too violent for your child, because number one, you bought it for them, and number two, there's a big off logo saying who the age for the game is rated for. If this age rating on the box didn't exist, I'd understand like in the 90s when the age rating system was just made, and if parents bought the game a kid that was violent for them, I'd understand. But over 25 years later, that's just pathetic. Video games have been linked with violence for many years, and in my opinion, the most important incident where video games were linked with violence was in the infamous courtroom video, Nintendo and Sega sitting right in front of people from the US government saying about how video games cause violence. 3 video games were being talked about: Lethal Enforcers, Night Trap, and the main one, Mortal Kombat. Eventually, the government decided that like TV shows and movies, video games should get their own rating system. This was when the ESRB rating system was introduced. Now before this, Sega actually made their own rating system, however the government stated that it wasn't clear. However, theirs was pretty much the same thing.
However, this new rating system really hasn't helped, because since it happened, more and more controversy has sprung up faster than you can say Mortal Kombat turned my kid into a serial killer. Oh look! 50 new articles popped up halfway through I was saying Mortal.
Now there have been multiple studies proving that video games don't cause violence. However, the media keeps saying video games do cause violence because they're dumb f***s who have no idea what they're talking about and probably have to ask their kids how to use the microwave, where they say, "Mom, that's not a microwave, that's the TV. You put a whole piece of f***ing chicken in the built-in DVD player." No, but seriously, most of the time the people in the news saying these things usually have never played a video game before in their entire life, and the closest thing they've ever had to playing a video game is poker. Now these articles and news broadcasts are done by people who have no idea what a video game even is, and they can keep putting this stuff out because it doesn't matter, because it doesn't stop the facts proving that they are talking a load of shit. Video games are meant to release stress, and usually the best video games to do that with are violent ones like Doom and the most infamous one, Postal 2. Postal 2 is infamous for being violent, so there's no way you can talk about violent video games without mentioning this one. This game was so violent that it was banned in 13 countries, and even then, not just Postal 2 is usually banned, Postal 1 was banned as well. In fact, Postal 1 was actually blamed for a school shooting.
Now after looking at all of that, I've come to the conclusion video games don't cause violence. However, I still want to bomb a third world country, so when I do and I get arrested and I'm in the courtroom and they get asked why I did it, I'm gonna say Call of Duty made me do it!